Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be testing out the new Covergirl Full Spectrum collection. You guys saw in one of my recent PR hauls that I got sent the entire collection, so thank you so much Covergirl for sending me all of these products. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the primer, the foundation, the concealer, the eyeshadow palettes, there's face palettes as well. I'm going to be pretty much trying out everything that came in this collection. So this collection is geared towards more like medium to deep skin tones, and obviously I am pretty fair. I am self-tanned right now. Sorry if my hands look crazy. You guys know how self-tanned hands go. Sometimes they look great, sometimes they look horrible. But right now I am pretty fair even with like self-tan on. So I think it's going to be good for those of you guys who have like fair to light skin tones to see how these products work on somebody with a lighter complexion. I think it's absolutely amazing that Covergirl came out with this collection. The shade range is seriously amazing. I love seeing that from like a drugstore brand. So before we get into the video, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I'm doing a huge giveaway right now. You guys do not want to miss out on this giveaway. It is a collaboration with Faith Drew and Allegra Chetty. I will have it linked in my description box below. Today's post notification shout out goes to Star Mellow. Thank you so much for having your notifications turned on. I see your comments on all of my videos and I really appreciate all of your support. If you guys want to be the next notification shout out, all you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button and then leave me a comment down below that you have notifications turned on, and that is it. It is super easy. All right, you guys, so let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be first starting out by priming my face. This collection does have a primer. This is the Matte Ambition Mattifying Skin Primer. So this does have sunscreen in it. The SPF is 20. I was reading an article about this collection and it said they asked like women what they wanted to see like in this collection, and a lot of people said they wanted like mattifying products. I personally don't mind like mattifying primers and foundations. I would say that I'm more on like the dry to like normal side, but I'm not someone who is like bothered by matte products. So the consistency, as you can see, is like kind of like that lotiony type of primer, which is interesting because most of the time like mattifying primers are more like of a silicone filling primer. So this does actually feel pretty hydrating for a matte primer. I wouldn't say that my skin feels like smooth though, like maybe a little bit, but not as much as like a normal primer I would use. So now we're gonna move on to the foundation. This is the Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation. I have 4 shades here that are all light. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go in with yet because I'm not sure which one's gonna match me the best. In my last PR haul, I told you guys to like click on a link and go tell me what foundation shade and stuff you would need because I am giving away these shades that I don't need. I have already shipped out a few packages of foundations and powders and concealers. So if you guys entered that, make sure you look out for a package coming your way. It should come sometime. Maybe by the time this video is up, you'll probably already have your package. So I think what I'm gonna do is do face swatches just to see which one matches my neck. So I'm probably gonna go from the lightest and work my way up. I'm first gonna do light cool. So there is light cool. That actually looks pretty close. I think this is the lightest shade. All right, next we have light neutral, which I would normally in foundation pick out like a neutral shade. All right, let's see light neutral 2. I already know these next 2 are gonna be too dark for me, but I still wanna show you guys. And then the last light shade in this collection is called Light Golden. Oh, maybe that other one was the darkest light shade. So obviously these last 2 are too dark. I'm thinking I might mix these 2 shades, like mostly use the light cool and then maybe just mix in a little bit of light neutral. So I think what I'm gonna do is go in with a sponge on one side, and then for the other side of my face, I'm gonna use a brush. And you guys, I just got these in the mail. I'm so excited. I have the Morphe and Jeffree Star brush set here. I finally got my hands on these brushes. I only got the sponges the first time they came out, so I'm really excited. And I also picked up one of these for you guys for my next giveaway, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. I have heard so many good things about this brush for foundation, so we're gonna be trying it out today. I'm gonna go in with the sponge on this side first. So right off the bat, I feel like it looks very smooth and I feel like the color looks pretty good. So far, I like really like the way that's looking. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the other side with the brush. I am liking the way it applied better on the sponge side. I feel like it looks a little bit more like airbrushed on this side. So far, so good. I feel like the color looks like really good. If you are like really fair, this foundation obviously is not gonna work for you because it's geared towards like medium to deep skin tones. Since I do self-tan, I can get away with using the two lightest shades. Normally when I'm not self-tanned, I'm like the lightest shade in every foundation. For example, like Wet n Wild, I think the lightest shade is Porcelain, so I'm like super fair. But yeah, I really like the foundation so far. I am going to be wearing it throughout the day and giving you guys like updates on how it's wearing. So next up, we need to try out the concealer. And I'm not sure if the concealer is going to work out for me just because it's not very light. So the lightest shade that they have, or at least that they sent me, I don't know if there's a lighter shade or not. This is the shade Light Medium Neutral, and it looks pretty like dark in here. I don't know. I can't even decide if I should try it or not. I might have to put this on and then put a different concealer over top. I'm gonna just go ahead and try it out so I can tell you guys like how the consistency is and how it looks underneath the eyes, even though I know this is gonna be too dark. We're gonna just go ahead and try it out. Oh my God. Obviously the shade doesn't match me, but just so I can tell you guys how the formula feels, I am just gonna blend it in really quickly and then I'm gonna have to wipe it off. It blends pretty easily though. Okay, we gotta take this off. I look ridiculous. All right, so I'm gonna have to use a different concealer obviously for this video. The foundation looks great. The concealer, obviously just way too dark for me. I wish I wouldn't have opened this now because now I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So I'm just gonna be going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. Mine is in the shade C2 if you guys are wondering. This is like my favorite concealer ever. I am gonna be using this new cream contour palette they came out with. This is the Contour and Correct Expert Versatile Cream Palette. So I think for this, I'm gonna use the JS3 brush and I'm gonna dip into like this more cool toned. I might mix two shades. It did blend out pretty easily. I just don't normally cream contour. So next up we have a product that I'm really excited to try out. This is the Matte Ambition All Day Powder Foundation. So I'm really curious to try this on its own, but for today I'm going to be putting it over the other foundation. I have two shades here that I think I could make work. The first one is Light Neutral, and then I also have Light Medium Golden. The Light Medium Golden is, yeah, too dark. Maybe we're not going to go in with that. Let's see, Light Neutral. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try out Light Neutral. I feel like I look like super airbrushed right now. Like this powder, I am like really liking the way that this looks. So I went ahead and did a little bit of powder contouring and a little bit of baking. So now we have some cheek palettes to try out. You guys already saw these in my PR haul that I did. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go in with the lightest palette, which is Blush Touch. These shades in here are so pretty. I'm gonna go in with the blush shade first. Wow, that was a lot more pigmented than I was expecting. That is beautiful. So now I'm going to be taking the JS4 and I'm going to dip into the lightest highlight shade in here. That is like super blinding. This is like a very like wet looking highlight. Wow. So far, this palette is like gorgeous. I love the blush and I love that highlight. So now it is time to move on to the eyes. So there are 4 eyeshadow palettes in this collection. I cannot decide which one I want to use today. Here are all 4 of the palettes. I think I'm first gonna open up the Reverence palette, which is like the neutral and like brown toned palette. So I'm first gonna pick up the matte cream shade in this palette and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid. Now I'm going to jump over into the Posh palette, and I'm going to take the first shade, which I'm going to use as a transition shade. I'm also going to run this a little bit along my lower lash line. So now I'm going to dip into this shade, which is like a little bit deeper. This is like kind of like a mauve-y shade. So now we're going to switch back over to the Reverence palette, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this shade. As you can see, this has really good pigmentation. I'm going to first start out by packing this on the outer corner. This is definitely the most pigmented shade that I've used so far. So now I'm going to go in with this super deep matte brown, and holy moly, that is super pigmented. So I'm just going to tap off a little bit, and then I'm going to put this right on my outer corner to deepen it up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the Zodiac palette, and I'm going to go in with this like light gold champagne color, and I'm going to put this right in my inner corner. So this shade does feel a little bit powdery. I feel like I need to like wet a brush and apply it. So now I'm going to try that like kind of rose gold shade in the palette. So that one has better pigmentation for sure. So I'm just going to spray some Fix Plus on my brush. So you definitely have to use these wet. So these are obviously so much more like metallic when you wet your brush. So the next thing I'm going to go in with in this collection is their Defining Moment All Day Eyeliner. I think I'm going to go in with the purple shade and see how that looks. I'm just going to put this in my waterline. So the eyeliner is pretty sheer. I was expecting it to be a little bit more pigmented. The shade is pretty, it's just not as like bright and vibrant as I was expecting it to be. So before we finish off the look with the lips, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara and do my brows off camera, and I will be right back. All right, so my lashes and brows are done now. Now it is time to finish off the look with the lips. They do have 3 lip products in this collection. There is a lip gloss, a lipstick, and a liquid lipstick. I'm not sure which product I want to go in with. Like, I can't decide. Like, the lipsticks look super pretty too. Let's open up Marooned. I think I'm gonna go in with this one first, and then maybe I'll mix a little bit of the other one. Wow. This shade is beautiful. So far I am loving this shade, and I'm going to take a little bit of Prodigy and put it right in the center. Prodigy has a little bit of like glitter in it, so just added a little bit of dimension to the center of my lips. So I'm going to be wearing this makeup all day, and I'm going to be giving you guys some updates throughout the day and let you guys know how everything is wearing. So I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, so I have had this foundation on for probably about an hour now. I want to do these check-ins like on my phone and like in natural lighting so you guys can actually see what the makeup looks like, because a lot of the times when you're seeing makeup like from my camera in front of all the studio lights, it kind of makes you look a little bit more like airbrush. Like, I don't use filters on my videos or anything, but even like with the lights, it just kind of looks like your skin's perfect even though it's not. So here is what the makeup looks like in natural lighting. I'm just standing in front of a window right now. It is like really cloudy outside right now, so if everything's kind of dim, that's why. I'm actually like really liking the way that the foundation looks. I feel like I put a lot on, but it doesn't look like super cakey or anything. I'm like really impressed with the highlighter and blush as well. The contour is looking a little weird. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the cream contour, but everything else so far is looking pretty good. I'm gonna try and bring you guys like up super close and personal so you can see the foundation. Surprisingly, it's just not like that cakey. Like I thought it would be a lot more cakey than it is, but it looks pretty good. I feel like my skin looks really smooth, even though I do have like, you know, some blemishes on my forehead and on my face. So yeah, I will be back in a little bit and I will give you guys another update after a few hours. Just bringing you guys into my life a little bit. Both of my cats are laying on our bed right now. This one is Cleo. She is my super fat kitty. She's super sweet. All right, so it's time for the second check-in. I think I found a little bit better lighting in my house. I'm in my bedroom right now, and I feel like the light is coming in better in here than it was in my living room and stuff. So yeah, this is about another hour later than you last saw me. The foundation is still looking good. The lipstick, I'm actually like super surprised, looks really nice. The foundation is like kind of coming off right here, but I think that's because I was just trying to like spoolie my eyebrows and it came off a little bit. I normally don't have that problem when I'm spooling my eyebrows, but it did come off a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I feel like the powder foundation that I put on top made my skin look really smooth. I might watch this back and be like, oh, like my face doesn't look that smooth, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my face looks really smooth. So I think what I'm gonna do now is probably go film some more videos and then I will be back later. I do have to do some other stuff today, so I'll probably check back in a few hours. I probably am not gonna do hourly updates because I feel like that's a little excessive. So far the foundation is looking really good and the rest of the makeup after like, what, it's been like 2 hours now. So yeah, I'll be back to give you guys an update in a few hours. All right, you guys, so I just finished filming some other videos. That is why I'm wearing a different shirt right now, if you guys are wondering. Everything is looking really good still. Yeah, I don't really notice any difference in my makeup. I'm probably gonna go to like the grocery store and run some errands, and then my final check-in will be back in my filming room because it's gonna be dark here soon. So yeah, I won't be really able to film on my phone anymore. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, I'm back. I'm looking a little crazy right now, especially in the lip area. I just ate dinner and this lipstick did not hold up. Like, it looks like I'm just wearing lip liner around my lips and it kind of like smudged over here. So the lipsticks are not really gonna hold up if you're doing any kind of eating or drinking. I'm gonna reapply that really quick because I feel like I look crazy right now. Based on how the foundation wore today, I really like it. On a day where I'm gonna be like outside or like moving around, I feel like maybe it wouldn't last as well as it did today because I didn't really do anything like too crazy today. Also, it's not really like hot outside today, so I feel like I really need to try this foundation when it's like hotter outside because it is a matte foundation. I feel like it would be really good for the summertime, so I really need to try it out on like a long day, especially some day that I'm gonna be like outside in the heat, and see how it holds up. So as you can see, the foundation did come off like right above my eyebrows on both sides. It did start fading off of this blemish right there a little bit. And then also it kind of is like coming off around my smile lines. And then I don't know if you guys can see that, but like right around my nose area, which is like normal for any kind of foundation that I'm wearing all day. Those are like the typical areas that it starts to come off. So as for the cheek products, the blush and highlight have faded a little bit on my face. They're still there, but they definitely have like faded down a little bit. I feel like my nose highlight is still going strong. I don't know what happened on like the face, but it looks really great on my nose still. As for the eyeshadow, I feel like they were pretty good, especially for drugstore eyeshadows. I do feel like they're kind of like coming off a little bit. They have faded a little bit. The lid shades are like the only ones that are really like sticking onto my lid still, but I did wet them with MAC Fix Plus. But overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with this collection. Out of everything that I tried today, the things that I would definitely recommend would be the foundation for sure. If you guys are super fair though, the lightest shade in this collection is not gonna work for you, obviously, because this is not like meant for like lighter skin tones. This is a range for like medium to deep skin tones, but I do recommend trying out this foundation, especially if you have like oily skin. It does dry down really matte, so I feel like this will help keep you matte all day. As for the primer, I can't really like tell if it helped. I mean, maybe a little bit. I did put a lot of primer like over here on my face, and I feel like the foundation did stick on really nicely over here. I do like the shades of the bullet lipsticks, but they are not very long wearing, at least when you like eat and drink. Like they were doing fine until I started eating and they looked like really crazy, so I would not wear one of these unless I brought it with me to like touch up if I were gonna go out to dinner or something. The other product that I would really recommend trying out is the Matte Ambition Powder Foundation. I feel like this just made my skin look super smooth and airbrushed. It did add coverage as well because it is a powder foundation. I really like the way that this looked like over the foundation. As for the eyeshadow, I feel like this palette would be a really good palette for every day, and same with this one. I did like the shadows in this palette more than I did in the like rosy one, which is the Posh palette. I feel like the mattes in the, what is this one called? In the Reverence palette, I feel like these were more pigmented than in the Posh palette. And then the shimmers in the Zodiac palette, the two that I used, are still going strong, and once applied wet, they look really great. And then the other product that I really liked a lot from this collection would be the Cheek palette. I really like this a lot. I feel like I'm going to be using this all the time now. The blush shade in here is gorgeous. Like, I feel like it looks nice and natural and pretty. And then the highlighters are like super, look how like pigmented these are, especially for like drugstore highlighters. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking this out. They have 3 shades of the cheek palette, so yeah, they really have like a nice like range of shades for every skin tone. Obviously I couldn't try out the concealer because it was too dark for me, unfortunately. If you guys have tried that concealer, let me know in the comments down below if you guys like it or not. For products that I wasn't really like the biggest fan of, would have to probably be the Contour and Correct like cream palette. I don't know, I'm just not really big into cream contouring. Like, I just never really do that. And then the other product that I was just kind of like, meh, not my favorite from the collection would be this purple eyeliner. I really want to try out the other shades because there are some really pretty colorful eyeliners. I feel like this one lasted pretty well throughout the day. It just wasn't as like bright and vibrant as I was expecting it to be, I guess. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more review videos where I do like check-ins throughout the day, what products you guys want me to review next. I'm gonna have all of these products that I mentioned in today's video linked in my description box below if you guys want to check any of them out. And I am still like giving away some shades that like I don't need, so I'll probably have a link in the comments down below of where you guys can tell me what shade you need. So before you guys leave, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and make sure you guys click the bell next to the subscribe button so you can receive notifications of when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching.